old record from 51 years ago and crashed into the century mark. This is the earliest we've ever officially seen 100 degrees in Wichita since the records have been kept.
Since we've been having so many snowstorms, I'm kind of enjoying the weather.
It's pretty odd. It was like 30 degrees last week, you know, now it's about to hit 100.
With 100-degree temperatures and no substantial precipitation, parts of south central Kansas and the state are now ranked as being in extreme drought. Not good news to farmers, gardeners, or anyone who enjoys a little bit of rain.
Yeah, it's crazy weather out here.
Well, Phil, this is where they were blasting rock earlier today. They set loose a 20-ton boulder that came barreling right toward this church. Watch the boulder.
That's not good.
So close to the church.
Missed it by 1 foot.
Just a few inches separating a quirky story from a disaster.
If it rolled another 12 inches, it would have went right through the building. And this boulder was probably about 20 tons. Everybody around the whole neighborhood and working on the site were under the same kind of agreement that the Lord intervened.
We are tracking some extreme spring weather from coast to coast tonight, but mostly it's a line of weather cutting the country in half from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. The threat is now severe flooding with more rain falling in parts of the state of Texas in the last day than they had seen all this year. And record heat is fueling fires once again in California.
By the morning commute, Houston was underwater. Stalled cars and buses littering the roads.
Well, I'm in my SUV. I can't even make it through.
This is the brute power of floodwaters in Ohio, washing away a road outside Cleveland as 3 feet of water poured into this high school. In upstate New York, a state of emergency after creeks flooded the village of Gowanda. In the west, record high temperatures.
This morning, scorching thousands of acres, destroying homes and causing millions of dollars in damage.
The towers of dark smoke, a signal to nervous residents that the battle in San Diego County is not over.
Fire disaster unfolding before our eyes in San Diego, California. This is San Marcos. We're watching our local station there, Fox 5 for San Diego in the region. And this is some tape playback that they're doing of this terrifying fire tornado looking thing that came roaring through that neighborhood. And now these pictures are from earlier as well, as fire after fire after fire dots the landscape in the hills around San Marcos.
The raging fires are a product of months with little rainfall and above normal temperatures.
It's not just here in Southern California, it's statewide, and we haven't seen conditions like this in decades.
Unprecedented number of fires and fire activity across the state, in many cases 2 to 3 months earlier than normal.
A drive through hell, incredible video shot by 2 men from inside a car at the height of the worst fires roaring through Carlsbad, California. Take a look.
Oh my God! This whole valley was just engulfed in flames, smoke, firestorm coming our way. I was on that driver's side and I could feel the heat coming through the passenger side, and that's obviously where he was filming. The heat was just incredible.
It singed the hair on my arms a little bit.
There was only one way out. It was not going back. We have a median on our left, and you obviously saw what was going on our right. The only way we have to get out of this, the line of fire, is to go straight through flames, right through the smoke.
The sound from the flames, to me, it's like a roar of a lion. I mean, it's you wouldn't think fire would make that sound.
It's not a drought, but just the opposite.
I can't believe this.
When Tuesday's rain,
I've heard 4 to 5 inches,
came through Penyan, it cut a path.
There was about 1.5 feet of water running right down the road.
Just around the corner.
How would you describe it? I mean, it used to be a parking lot, now it just looks like a bomb went off over there.
Longtime residents say this is Penyan's worst flooding in more than 40 years. Several old-timers tell me they haven't seen anything like it since 1972.
Nope, I'm in my late 30s. I've never seen anything this in my life.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of dead fish. Why are they dying? Why is this happening?
Unsettling sight in a New Jersey waterway. You're looking right here at thousands of dead fish, some floating, others washed up on the shore.
They were here last night. Big school, huh? Big school. This biggest I ever seen.
By morning, though, they were dying in the tens of thousands. These are bunker fish.
They were on top of the water. They were under the water. It was terrible. Never saw anything like it.
It looks like a
A fish kill of biblical proportion. There's a carpet of dead fish on the bottom of the floor here.
Tests on the water now show acceptable levels of oxygen and a little algae, but they're thinking that Mother Nature really did this, that it wasn't anything that man did.
The strongest earthquake in modern history may just be the beginning of a very difficult end to 2017.
Nature is unleashed. She's drawing all her energy, these hurricanes. 37 consecutive hours of 185 miles per hour. We've never seen anything like that.
Over the past 10 years, we've seen 100-year storms every few years. We've seen hurricanes repeatedly besiege the Gulf and East Coast. Historic droughts are becoming common, and water shortages are routine. Unprecedented disasters are becoming the new normal.
Our first glimpse of the blackened, still smoky crust the fire left on some land here in southern Alberta. The fire started with a lightning strike 2 weeks ago and has since exploded in size.
The yellow, otherworldly haze is because of several large wildfires that are burning in southern Canada and the northern Rockies.
The skies glow orange at night as the flames burn on. Families wake up to ash on their windshields.
Like a sunset almost, evening light in the middle of the day. It was pretty strange.
It was kind of a unique surprise when we woke up today and the sky had this amber glow. Just made everything look a little bit surreal.
People in Oregon and Washington are reporting ash fall from the forest fires on a scale comparable to that what happened when Mount St. Helens erupted.
It's like being in hell, to tell you the truth. It's like being in hell. It's surreal. It seems like the province of British Columbia is burning up right now.
A ball of light shooting across the sky.
That bright light splashing across the sky in British Columbia rattled those who saw it.
But there are also reported sightings from Saskatchewan, as well as Washington, Idaho, and even as far as Montana.
you.